The brand new Quest update v60 just dropped. It adds in 3 new home environments and new mixed reality features, among other things. Let's talk about what's included in v60 right now. First up, brand new Horizon home environments. I don't know about you, but I tend to use the mixed reality home environments more than the virtual ones, but these new ones look pretty cool nonetheless. First up is the Blue Hill Gold Mine. It says it's new. I think I've had it for quite some time, and I'm pretty sure I featured it on the channel a while back. This is a Wild West style environment that's dark, it's moody, it looks pretty cool. So if you like Wild West stuff, I think you're gonna like it. Also, there is the Storybook, which lets you step inside of a handcrafted pop-up book, which actually looks pretty cool and very different than most of what we've seen for home environments in the past. The last home environment is the most intriguing, and it's called Lakeside Peak. I saw someone on Twitter, it might have been Nathy, I can't remember, say that it looks similar to what Apple is pushing for a lot of their promotional stuff, and whoever it was is 100% right. This looks like a cool photorealistic style home environment, which is awesome. I would love to see more of these. But those are the 3 home environments. Which of these 3 would you use? Let me know in the comments. Next up, they've done some pretty significant updates to the profiles. Specifically, the blog post says we're launching a new profile design that makes it easier to see what you have in common with other members of the Quest community, spark conversations, and build new connections. When you visit someone's profile, you can see information about your shared experiences and connections, such as apps you both use and mutual friends. You can choose to make this information visible to others or keep it private depending on your preferences. I actually really like this because if you meet someone playing a game and you had a lot of fun, you can go to their profile page and say, oh look, I've got another game that they would be awesome to play with. Let me send them a friend request or a message. It's a really cool idea, and it just adds even more to the public profile platform that Meta is kind of building, which does seem to be getting significantly better, at least from a profile standpoint. Next up, the Quest Pro is actually getting some upgrades for CPU and GPU while running mixed reality applications, giving a smoother mixed reality app experience and more responsive UI. This is exclusive to Quest Pro, and it's just for mixed reality, so I don't know how many people are actually going to utilize this, considering the Quest 3 is a significantly better device for mixed reality, but who knows, maybe some people out there will use it. Also, boundary and space improvements. It says in the blog post, with v60, we're introducing cloud computing capabilities that improve your headset's ability to remember more boundaries. That means you'll spend less time redrawing boundaries and can easily use your headset in more rooms than before. To take advantage of this new functionality, you'll need to opt in to share your point cloud data. You can stop sharing and delete your stored point cloud data at any time in your privacy settings. So essentially what this is cloud computing, allowing the cloud to save your data for your rooms and all that stuff. It is, according to the release notes, encrypted and all that jazz, so you're not sharing your actual room data with Meta and what you're seeing in your room. But hopefully this cloud computing sparks some other stuff that can be used for making things work faster or better for a cloud computing on the platform for Quest as well. Also, there's a brand new layout utility app. This layout utility app helps you spatially measure, align, and visualize real-world objects directly in your physical space. It lists some things that you can actually do with it, including measure the square footage of a living room, visualize the size and placement of a 72-inch TV on the wall, visualize furniture in your room, and measure the height and depth of a kitchen counter. This is actually a new app added into your app library, and even though it's got very specific use cases, it could be pretty awesome for what it actually is used for. Measuring furniture, measuring rooms, putting a piece of furniture into a room to see how it's going to fit, all that cool stuff, and it's just an additional way to use mixed reality with the Quest 3 that makes it even more useful in everyday life, even though it's a very specific use case. Also, Bluetooth settings improvements. Says we've made a number of fixes and improvements to Bluetooth settings, making it easier to search for and connect Bluetooth devices to your headset. Always good to get updates for that. They are discontinuing phone notifications. So apparently they're doing away with the fact that you can get phone notifications in VR. I never actually utilized that myself. I never set it up because when I got access, I just decided I didn't want to get notifications for my phone in VR. And it's a good thing I didn't get used to it because they're discontinuing it. If you used it, let me know down below if it was useful to you, if you're disappointed they're taking it away. Regardless, unfortunately, they are sunsetting mobile notifications in VR on the Quest platform. Also, the Quest 3 public test channel is officially open or is opening. The PTC allows you to have early access to software updates so that you can get new features and test them before anyone else. You can actually sign up in your app. I'll leave a link in the description to the release notes where you can actually click a link that'll teach you how to sign up. It's pretty easy, and it's cool to get new features early, even though it can be somewhat buggy, so keep that in mind. This next update is simple, but it's actually pretty cool, and this is the fact that while a game is loading, you can actually stay in mixed reality. It has to be enabled by the app that you're using, but it says when you're using pass-through in Horizon Home and you launch an app that has this feature enabled, you'll continue to see your surroundings while the app loads. Currently, it jumps to like a splash screen that is either the 3 dots or if it's set up is a logo for the game or whatever you're jumping into. I like the idea of when you hit the button, it stays in mixed reality while it loads, because then you immediately launch into the game instead of launching to a splash screen or a loading screen, which is really cool. I like that idea, and I hope a lot of developers actually use that idea. In fact, I would love to see developers using mixed reality to load into a game. So you click on a game, it loads you in mixed reality into the menu system, and then from there puts you into the game. Now, there's some menu systems that are really cool to jump into, so I would like the option to switch that, but sometimes, you just want to stay in mixed reality and see your surroundings until you're right in playing the game, not when you set up all the settings or in the menu. So I think that'd be a cool update if it was possible to do that in the future. But let me know down below what you think. Meta is also pushing Meta Horizon Worlds even more now by adding what they're calling a Worlds tab to your library. That means that on top of all of your games in your Quest library, you'll now have a tab that's called Worlds. So you can go through worlds that are existing in Horizon Worlds to travel directly to from your Horizon home, which is actually pretty cool because the experiences in Horizon Worlds are getting better, and there are a few that are actually really worth jumping into, especially with friends. So if you invite a friend over to your Horizon home, you can travel together directly to a Horizon Worlds game or experience directly from there. They've also made safe browsing enhancements, saying we've made some enhancements to safe browsing on MetaQuest browser by integrating Meta's secure website database. Safe browsing currently uses Google Safe Browsing to protect you from deceptive websites, phishing attempts, malware distribution, and social engineering attacks. Meta's secure website database provides an additional layer of security to help keep you safe while using the MetaQuest browser. Essentially just that thing that when you click on a link and Google tells you, go back, don't go to this link. Same idea, except for now it's actually in the Quest browser. Now last, there's now end-to-end encryption for cloud backup. It says if you have cloud backup turned on, you can now secure your backups with your own PIN for end-to-end encryption. You'll need to create an end-to-end encryption PIN, which will let you restore your backups after a factory reset or when you set up a new device. You can manage cloud backup and end-to-end encryption from backup in system settings and also from the MetaQuest mobile app. Always good when there's more security and end-to-end encryption, and securing your backups is always great as well. What do you think about Quest v60? Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. Don't forget to subscribe for more VR and Quest content. Thank you again, as always, so much for watching, and happy questing.